Look, man, they finished with this. Okay, so we go down to Treasure Island for the 40-40 thing, and Andy spent a ton of money on us. And here's one thing that I am just clear as day, like a discernment that just pounded me from this trip. We go to the airport, Dayton Airport. The parking lot is jam-packed full. We had to go to long-term to the edges and the fringes to find a parking place because the whole thing's packed. We go into Dayton Airport, packed, people all over the place wearing masks, but it's jammed. Okay, then we, where did we fly through? We went to Chicago O'Hare. Weird, Dayton to Chicago, the Chicago tour to Tampa. Chicago is packed. I've been in, you guys know Chicago O'Hare. If you ever been in, it is jammed. It's like no evidence of the virus other than masks. It was jammed, and it was really cool because families were together going on spring break. They were having fun. Babies and strollers, people that were going together. People were like happy to be out in the world again. There was no evidence of fear. There was evidence of people glad to be out. And I don't care what you think about this whole thing. What I look is around me. And this optimism that I feel, people like the flight attendants and the people are happy to be working. The TSA people are processing people through. They're not laid off. It's jammed. So we go to Tampa Airport. Florida is rocking. There are people, like no one's wearing masks on the streets, right? Tampa Airport, you have to wear masks in the airport, but man, everyone's going to spring break. Everyone's happy. We're like going, this is crazy. The last time we were in an airport was at a family reunion last year. We flew to Tampa, and the airports were empty. The streets were empty. There was no one around. I tell you what, man, Florida is rocking. And then we flew through Charlotte on our way back. We missed our connection. And so we had to stay overnight in Charlotte. Charlotte was packed. The next morning when we flew out, it's packed. We flew into Columbus. Columbus is packed. I tell you what, man, people are coming out of this. And what it reminds me of, you know, I had this thought, this came to mind. You remember The Grinch Who Stole Christmas? I know this is a totally weird reference, okay? Remember The Grinch Who Stole Christmas? Towards the end, in Whoville, the Grinch steals all the Christmas gifts. He's stealing all the Christmas gifts, the cookies, the milk. He's stealing everything. He's got it in this big bag. And can't wait to see what the Whoville people are going to do. They're going to be sad, depressed. They don't got gifts to give each other. What happens? They come out of their house and they celebrate Christmas. They're holding hands and they're singing as if no gift was stolen, because the greatest gift was Jesus Christ. They were celebrating the greatest gift that they could ever receive. All the other stuff is just nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't care. They came out. That's what I'm seeing here, man. People, yeah, the virus is still out there. Variants are coming out, but people are just sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired now that they are going out there. And, you know, whatever happens, happens. I got my vaccine. I pray to God that's going to help me. But I'm no longer going to live in fear. I'm getting out of my house. I'm going to live my life the way God wanted me to live my life. I'm not going to live in a spirit of fear, but a spirit of victory. I'm getting around other people. I'm going to church, man. I'm going to praise with my fellow congregation members. We went to Palm Sunday Mass before we left on the airplane in this big tent. It was the hugest tent I've ever seen. And this Catholic Mass with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, there might have been 1,000 people in this tent. We're on these chairs, these lawn chairs, not lawn chairs, but these portable chairs, and they were all they're kind of distant, you know, four or five or six in a cluster. And man, people were out there. Half the people had Mass, half didn't. People were just coming to praise Palm Sunday. We're not living in fear? They're not living in fear. They're living in victory. They're living in victory, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm just telling you, regardless of what everyone's trying to, suppress or oppress, that you still live victorious. Okay, whether you do telesales or not, whether you go into the home or not, you still live victorious and not be living in a spirit of fear, regardless of where the fear comes from. I don't care if it's a, fear of the phone, fear of success, fear of failure, whatever fear. Man, don't live in a spirit of fear. Here's the other thing that came out of hanging out with Andy Albright. Man, I got to spend time with his house. He took a small group of us out to see all his homes. He has like 5 or 6 homes on Treasure Island. We went to one home that he purchased. His daughter, she and her husband live just right down the street from Andy and Jane's beach home. He bought a home on the inlet waterway side. And then we start walking around the block. He goes, yeah, I got that one. Want to go in? So we go into these homes. We went into like 6 different homes that he owns that he's renovating. He's going to rent out. I mean, like, it was wild. It was wild. But here's the thing. I don't think I've ever seen Andy more laid back, more positive and uplifting, more excited and expectant of success for all of us than I have when I spent time with him this weekend. Never in my 20 plus years, I've known Andy since 1993. I've never seen him like this. He is traveling the country. He's working his butt off trying to help us. A year ago during the pandemic, he was F-bombing us like crazy. Why we weren't growing, why we weren't building, why are we scared of this virus? He was F-bombing us like crazy. Private conversations. He was just really intense about getting our butts in gear, even with the virus. And everyone was living in fear a year ago. Remember a year ago? Remember how we were like, our production took I think we were doing 4,000 a week, 5,000 a week. I mean, it was like really scary. So we were like hard at learning how to telesale. But there was just like this massive fear. And back then, Andy was like just trying to get us to do anything. And we'd have private conversations where he's F-bombing and screaming at us, what are you doing, dude? And F-bombing, 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 okay? That was a year ago. Well, since then, they've sold out to Integrity Marketing, which has taken a lot of pressure off. And I tell you what, now it's like, I've never been more excited about the alliance. I've never been more expectant. Andy is just, I'm telling you what, man, totally different Andy Albright. He is like, you get around him, man, he's got this, he wants to hug you. He wants to tell you that you can do it. You got to get to the boot camps that he's doing around the country. Like, I think today's in Cleveland, tomorrow's in Indianapolis. He was in Wichita, Kansas Sunday. Like Sunday, he's got this travel schedule, and then he's doing this massive. We're calling it a spring summit now. It's not a boot camp. May 7th and 8th. You have got to get there. This will be different than anything we've ever done because the attitude, the mindset, this sense of like it's springtime, and it's literally springtime in our business, right? Things are blooming. People are blooming. People are coming out of the crevices. They're crawling out of the holes of fear and oppression, and they are coming to us, man, wanting them to do better for their families. And we are giving them hope. We're giving them excitement. We're giving them direction. We're giving them something incredible that they can't get anywhere else, man. The Alliance has something special more than any of those IMOs out there. We have stuff that no one else is doing. And there's more stuff to come. Man, the stuff I've seen, the Chris North stuff with the securities products that we're offering that we can get commission off of. Yes, securities products, managed money. We are going to take over the world there. We're already taking the world over with Medicare like crazy. Man, it is I've never seen it like this. And this whole sense of what I've seen, getting in a plane, going down there, just the world is changing. The world is coming back. I don't care what people are trying to do to oppress you further, but man, get your vaccine and then get free, get mentally free. Man, there's so much out there for us to grab a hold of. If we choose to accept it, we choose to take the mission that you've been given to go serve. I told Patrick, tonight I'm doing the Better Way conference call, the Zoom call, the call to share the opportunity with people. And man, it's going to be the best one I've ever done, because I'm going to speak truth. I'm going to speak life into people coming on that call. I'm going to speak the opportunity, baby. And I'm going to give them all the reasons why God put them on that call to listen to me. I'm going to pull out some Bible verses. I am not going to hide this light under a bushel, man. I am not. I am going to go boldly out there. I'm going to tell them why they need to be in our business, why God sent them to that meeting tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, why they sent them there. Now I'm going to give them what they came for. You know what I'm saying? And I will have my Bible with me. I will have the Holy Spirit with me, and we are going to righteously show them the way, show them a better way for their lives, a way to change their family, a way to change their family's lives financially and spiritually, how the father can be the head of the children, head of the family, how the wife can be the head of the children, how the husband can serve the wife like Christ served his church. Oh, by the way, man, he died for his church. We are going to get this country right, man. We're going to get alignment. We are going to make sure people know whose they are, that they're a kid of a king, and they needn't be oppressed by the enemy. We're going to give them hope. We're going to give them a plan for action. We're going to change their financial lives, but at the same time, change their spiritual lives, their family lives. And I am no longer going to be silent. Anyway, rock on, man. I hope this makes sense to you. And seriously, get the ERS. You are serving people. You're doing what God wants you to do by serving your clients. All right? And then we can go out there and serve more clients and more people. Rock on, man. Appreciate you guys being on this call. Let's do this thing.